Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today? My name is Bryce Tubbs. Let me get my other suit off out of here. Just got a new office chair a couple days ago, so now we're utilizing it a little bit differently than what we used to. Hopefully you're doing really great today. If I'm live, please go and put a 0 inside the chat. Please put a 0 in the chat if I am live. I gotta make sure I'm live so that I know I'm not just talking to myself. So that's a very, very fun and encouraging thing when you're talking to yourself. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Bryce Tubbs. I started my accounting firm about 6.5 years ago, but when I got started, it was tremendously difficult for me. I don't know if, for those watching, if it was very difficult for you when you first got started, but I know for me, I did not know what I was doing. I would go and try and select niches. I would have like my little flyer packet. Literally, I would just have like a packet of with my business card stapled to it. I would be knocking on doors, going, "Hey, is the owner here right now? Oh, they're not. Can I leave this? Oh no, I can't. Oh, hey, can I get a meeting with Mr. Billy Bob Joe? Oh no, I can't. Oh." And it was tremendously discouraging. I would, whenever I would get somebody on the phone or whenever I would get in front of somebody, they would only want to pay me about $150 to $200 a month. And it was just very, very hard to seem to get any money, from those people. It's just they just weren't really ready to work with me. But, over time I figured it out. I invested a lot of money in courses, mentorships, masterminds, seminars, basically anything I can get my hands on in order to make it work, because I just kept seeing people making it work. And I had been doing accounting in corporate America, but I just couldn't get it to translate into the small business market and doing it for myself. It was like when I was in corporate America, money wasn't a thing. Like, we were working with these bigger companies. They would love to work with us. I got to corporate America, and they were very, very tight. So let's talk about how one of my mentorship students was able to sign on about $3,100 in monthly clients in the last 30 days. That title actually needs to change because yesterday she signed up an $1,170 client. That's going to pay her that per month. Now, this is a treat because this is very interesting the way that she went about doing this. Now, a lot of people are looking for, what's the secret method? What is the way to go and do it? But that's not really the right way of thinking about it. It's not a hack. It's not a trick. It's a very consistent, systemized process of getting attention to you, getting the right people who have money to pay to actually want to work with you. That way it's not about the price you charge. It's more about, do they want to maintain this relationship with you and see if you can help them out even further. So let's kind of dive into this thing. Number one, pricing. Before we go any further, people have more money than what you probably think they do. Oftentimes when we're first starting out, maybe we've never either sold stuff for a lot of money, or maybe have like some mindset work we have to do around money. But when you're talking to the right people and they're selling their products, like for example, let's say you go after a solar company, they're selling their products for about between $10,000 to $30,000. That's for one sale. At the bare minimum, if you're asking for $500. Even if you're asking $1,000 a month, that's only $6,000 to $12,000 a person is going to be paying you over the course of a year. They have that money. You just need to learn how to go and not only find them by identifying the right people. Then you got to be able to connect with that person. Generally, you're going to connect with them by adding some sort of value or helping them out in some sort of way. Okay, because that's what people respond to. They respond to being helped. They do not respond to just you lowering your price or you just saying, "Hey, do you want an accountant or a bookkeeper right now?" It's all about value. It's all about getting them, because some people are very, very selfish. It's all about how and what is in it for them. So we got to do that. So then after that, after you have your price right, after you understand there's more money in this world than what you could probably imagine that there is. There's more people that are looking to spend money with you than what you could probably ever imagine. You have to learn how to identify them. So let's go number 2. And before we even go further, if you understand what I'm saying about pricing and the mindset of pricing, please put a 1 inside of the chat. Hey Dano, good to see you. Hello Katie. Hello Katie. I'm sorry I could not see the chat on the side. Hello Katie. Hello. Hello Dano. Oh no, is my computer freezing? Oh no. This is fun. Hopefully I'm still live. My computer kind of froze for a minute. Hi, good to see you. I'm just replying to some comments now. If you understand what we're talking about as far as pricing mindset, please put a 1 down inside of the chat. Please put a 1. Okay, I cannot stress that enough. If you just change your quotes, number 1, probably add between $200 to maybe even in some cases $500 per month to what you're thinking about charging. That's going to change your business drastically. I cannot stress that enough. If I could go back in time and I could say, Bryce, what were you thinking by even ever accepting, $150 or $250 a month? I would go back in time. Because especially if you're just starting out and maybe you've been trying to make it work, but it's just not working for whatever reason, you tend to start thinking that nobody is going to pay you. So then your prices start kind of shrinking down to the level of your confidence. When instead, what you need to do is you need to start kind of acting as if. Act as if everybody has money and people will rise to the occasion and prove you right. Versus if you assume nobody has money, they're also going to prove you right. So you're going to be right either way. You might as well go the opposite direction and just go higher than possible. Because the worst case scenario, if you're going at this alone, worst case scenario is you say your price, it's very high, it's higher than what they expected, and you have to slightly negotiate down. That's the worst case scenario. And the other thing that they could say is not right now. A lot of people are thinking that if they price themselves out of the market or they price themselves way too high, the person's going to ghost them, they're going to get sticker shock, they're going to say no, they're going to be very, very mean, very derogative, they're going to maybe take a shot at them and say you don't have enough credibility or enough experience in order to command that price. In actuality, it's generally a not right now, especially if you do marketing in the way that we're about to talk about in a second. So if you understand this, put a 1 inside the chat so I can move on to marketing. So let's go. Marketing. This is all about learning how to create relationships. The way that most people are thinking about marketing is how can I go just pluck somebody out of the sky, pull them back in, and then be able to charge whatever I want. That's generally the recipe for low pricing. That's generally the recipe for people who are going to ghost you after they hear your price. Because they're generally going to be price shopping. Hello, Shannon. Hello, Shannon. Hey, Shannon, let me know if you're going to be if you're going to come and talk to us tonight or if you're going to be on the call tonight. I really want to see you. We got to touch base. Hello. One sec. Things in the way. Hello, Danielle. Great to see you, Danielle. Great to see you again, Katie. Awesome. Great to see you, Dano. Now, let's go back. Marketing. Okay? How most people when they're starting out is thinking about marketing is incorrect. It's not about finding targets. It's about connecting with people. And the more people that you are connected to, the easier it is for you to be able to grow your business. Because it's more about timing when you have a connection with someone rather than it being a yes or a no when you're just plucking people out of the sky. First things first, you have to be able to identify where higher end business owners are spending their time. The people are already making, 6 figures, 7 figures, and even in some cases 8 figures. Now, there's 2 main places we like to utilize. First is Facebook. Very easy. Facebook is very hard to navigate if you're first starting out. But what I would generally recommend is go look inside of your local business networking groups. Literally, just go look at the different industries that are inside of there and look at what industries are generally higher dollar amounts. What industries generally require a lot more capital? What industries generally hire employees before they even get started? Are they used to doing contractors? Are they used to hiring high price contractors? Are they more of a lower? You got to be able to start identifying that. That is the bare minimum. Bare minimum. You have to start just practicing your eye and understanding who has money versus who does not have money. If you are inside of my program, I generally will give you an even easier way to use that and have those people who are already making money come to you. But for those who are watching, this is just the basic, easy way. If I'm not sitting in front of you, I'm not able to build you a very specific way for you to personally do it. If you want a personal way to be able to do this, you want me to personalize this for you, you want me to be able to show you exactly what you have to do, either send me a message or write the words #connect down below. I would love to be able to maybe sit down with you, probably take about 45 minutes and make a personalized game plan for you to see exactly what you need to do in order to go and hit your goal. Okay, but again, since I'm not sitting in front of you, it's very hard for me to make something that's personalized for you. Now let's kind of jump back in. Once you've understood the value and understand exactly who has money, you need to start learning how to add value to these people. Okay? There's a couple easy ways you can do that. Generally, it's about conversation. It's about understanding, what do people like? What do people like? What do they talk about? Join their conversation. If they're talking about like a basketball game or a baseball game, I don't care if you have no interest in what they're talking about. It's not about you. It's about them. Google if you have to. Google, what was the box score of the Milwaukee Bucks versus Phoenix Suns game last night? And then go and insert into the conversation that they're already having. If they're asking about how to go and play guitar, or what's this guitar string called? If you don't know the answer, Google it. If you do know the answer, join the conversation. See if you can help them out. See if you can become one of their peers. Once you become one of their peers, it's very easy for them to actually send you either a friend request, or they go and like your business page, or they go and reach out to you, because if your profile is set up correctly, it's generally going to say that you are an accountant or a bookkeeper, and you're going to be able to start making some content that shows people how you can help them out. So the only thing that you're generally missing is the people. So once you're able to go and join their conversations, they're going to start looking and checking out all of your assets online. Now, once you do that, you're probably going to start getting some messages. People are going to either start connecting with you, they're going to maybe ask you about if you can help them with their accounting and bookkeeping, and your job is just not to drop the ball. Don't drop the ball. Now that comes down to sales, which we will talk about next. Please forgive me, this is a little bit watered down. I am moving kind of fast. I kind of double booked myself for this time slot, so I got to make sure I can hit both things correctly. Now, if you understand marketing, you understand that marketing is relationships, put a 2 down inside the chat. Put a 2 down inside the chat so I know that I am actually connecting with you and you understand what I'm talking about. Because next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a bonus tip about marketing. We're actually going to be marketing and sales. When you've created a relationship with somebody, in a lot of cases, they feel bad for saying no to you. It's a very weird phenomenon that most people don't know about. Nobody talks about this. You got to take the word rejection out of your mindset or out of your vocabulary. It's almost like you got to stop caring whether or not people say yes or say no. That's when things get a lot easier, because then you're charging the price that you want to charge. And then people are like, oh, that works. Or if they don't, it's like, no, and it's not right now. Because remember, when they build that relationship, the reason why we've taken this time to talk about what they like talking about, to connect with them, to actually care about what they want, is because after they've said no to our presentation or to our pricing or to whatever at that very moment, here's a very killer line. When would you like for me to follow up with you to see if it's a better time or whatever they're talking about? Talk to me tomorrow. Let me think about it. Talk to me at this time. Talk to me at this time. They just gave you permission to keep talking. They just gave you permission to say, hey, and I'm still unclear about a couple things. I just don't really know. So I need to think about it so I can formulate my next round of questions to be able to ask you so that we can get started with this. Where most people struggle, and again, this is an insider thing. I've never shared this publicly I've never shared this publicly. Most people drop off the face of the planet. Most accountants and bookkeepers, as soon as someone says no, they never talk to them again, and they get scared, or they get hurt, or they feel like they've been disrespected, or they feel like the person told them no. The ones that make a lot of money follow up. Oh, you said no last week. Is now a better time? Oh, you said no to the price. What specifically about the price? Was it the cleanup duration that you didn't like? Was it that, the monthly was too high? Was it that you don't know if I can do the work? Was it that you have too much work? Was it that it just didn't make sense? You're asking these follow-up questions because the person told you to follow up. Now they feel comfortable responding to you. In some cases, they're going to type back in the messenger. They're going to tell you exactly what they need in order for you to close the deal and get started with them. Or what they're going to do is just say, hey, I have a lot of questions. Can we just hop on the phone again? You just answer their questions, very simple, very easy. Then you ask this key killer line. Have you seen enough to get started? Yes or no? And they're going to say either yes and they'll get started, or they'll say no. And you can ask, okay, cool. So what are the questions you have, or what else is slowing down the deal? Oh, well, it's this, and this. Or I have to fire this other person because, they've been struggling. I just haven't gotten around to doing that. Or actually, I'm in a contract with my current, my CPA is doing my bookkeeping, my CPA is doing my accounting, and I'm in contract with them for the next 3 months. Oh, so it wasn't that it was a no, it was just you literally could not go and hire me back then. Yeah, exactly. So is now a better time? Yeah, now's a better time. That's why I'm on the phone with you, because, I was able to get out of that contract with them. The time frame has ended. Oh, okay, cool. So can we get started now? Yes. And they pay money. That is how the student I'm talking about actually got her client who's paying her $11.70 per month. The person said no. And she was like, why did that not work? Usually my close rate is around 80%. That person said no, that doesn't make sense. She touches back with them a couple of days ago. Person goes, she goes, hey, what's up? Why did we not get started back then? Like, that didn't make sense. It seemed like I was a great fit for you. Well, we wanted to do the cleanup a little bit cheaper. Oh, you did the cleanup a little bit cheaper. Cool. So, did it work out? No. We messed up. We went with someone cheap. It did not go well. So, we're ready to get started working with you. Okay, cool. I'm going to have to charge you a cleanup on top of the price that we said already, right? I understand. I know that you're an expert at this. Can we get started? Fills out the engagement letter and the invoice that we send. Now they work together. If you understand what I just said, or if you can kind of grasp what I said, maybe you don't know exactly how you're supposed to do it for yourself, put down a 3 inside of the chat. Put down a 3, because I want to make sure that you're able to start replicating this thing for yourself and making sure that you guys can start doing it. Again, if you need more structure, maybe, I'm talking kind of fast because I do have to get moving. Yeah, my person's looking. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm getting about to be late for my next appointment, but that is how simple this stuff is. It's about learning how to make friends with people who have money. Assume that they have more money than what you're thinking, so you charge and you quote a higher price. Now, if you do not have a way to quote a price accurately, or you're just kind of winging it, send me a message. I have a pricing calculator that I give to people inside of my mentorship program. Maybe maybe I can show you how we build that kind of thing, so you can be able to start helping yourself out as far as the pricing. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more, maybe I think one thing that can help you out pretty well is write down SOP inside of the comment, and I'll send you a free gift. This gift is going to be about how that we like to utilize Facebook and Facebook groups to be able to find ideal clients a lot easier. It's exactly what I'm actually making for my clients right now. I'm probably going to be unveiling that in the next 2 days. So if you want that document, I'm giving this to people who have already paid me thousands of dollars to work with me. Write SOP inside of the comments below. I will send that to you, and you'll be able to go and get that. Also, I'm ending the call now. If you want some help, please write down Connect. Just write down Connect. I would love to be able to help you out, be able to make sure that you know exactly what you need to do in order to go and hit the next level, reach your goals, and not be struggling to go and get clients. I don't want clients to be your problem anymore. I want, next level problems, like how do you handle the work? Who do you outsource it to? How do you choose a good contractor? How do you handle, an extra $70,000, $80,000, $100,000 sitting in your bank account at the end of the year, which a lot of my mentorship students have that issue, and those are some great issues. Now, if that's you, go write down #Connect. Love to talk to you soon. I'll see you later. And yeah, if you guys can, If you want the SOP as well, send me a message too, because I might not see all the comments that come, and it'll just remind me. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll see you later. Have a great day. Take it easy.